shit back in the day. Yeah. You better use your common sense. I'm pleading confidence, speaking in stream of consciousness. Keep your comments unless you intended on leaving compliments. You ain't even in my league, man, we've been opposites. And he's synonymous with beating odds. I just hit the booth and breathe inside of it so I can see how hot it gets. And fanfare the louder, you can keep a lot of it. I wanna talk on beats that walk the streets and be anonymous. And if I'm being honest, you should probably fix your posture, partner, or I promise your next project will be posthumous. It feel like D&D, MPC 60, Prime Primo popping in a floppy disk whenever Bobby spits. It's obvious I'm steady evolving like I found the 2001 Space Odyssey obelisk. We hold a monolith. I'm hungry like a hippopotamus and sipping bottles like they're bottomless. I spit the hottest shit. I can feel the fly. Mind, your body, your soul, I'm out of control. If you don't, you can feel the fly. Nigga, don't stop. Keep the fly. If you don't, I can feel the fly. Mind, your body, your soul, I'm out of control. If you don't, you can feel the fly. Nigga, don't stop. Keep the fly. Me and Jonas Perrin got your sonos blaring, overbearing with the hustle till I own my own McLaren. I'm known for staring and you're probably shook. You get your property took and all of that gobbledygook. So take a page out my philosophy book. He still played the game even if he missed every shot that he took. And if his work was stepped on, he still put the burner on the stove, mix the soda and stir the pot and he cooked. Cause pressure turns cold into diamonds and bust pipes. These records need a moment of silence, I'm just nice. Your flow is watered down like when I order rounds of Bud Light. And like the late 90s shiny suit era, too much hype. I don't fuss fight, shit, I just swipe you off my plush white leather jacket like a dust mite. And all I need is one mic, so let it run and listen how the God bless you. Niggas untight, you know I'm dumb nice. I can feel the fly. Your mind, your body, your soul, I'm out of control. If you don't, you can feel the fly. Nigga, don't stop. Keep the fly. If you don't, I can feel the fly. Your mind, your body, your soul, I'm out of control. If you don't, you can feel the fly. Nigga, don't stop.
Yeah. Mic check. Yo, this is the Enigma Sept Hour podcast. Let's do it again, man. Yo, what you just heard is my man Bobby J from Rockaway, you know what I'm saying, with Mind, Body, and Soul featuring Michael Fiya. Man, just dropped a new project. Chisel. Yo, my man just dropped a new project. Radio Days available, streaming apps. So just look up Bobby J, Bobbyj from Rockaway, Rockaway. Yeah, ill joint. We also rent that joint on V89 this past weekend. Yeah, shouts out to JC doing his thing, you know what I mean? But yeah. Also, man, big shout out to my man, the homie on Bravo already in the building. Chisel just dropped his new project, Magnum Opus. He should be available on streaming apps by this time. Am I right, bro? Y'all make sure to check that out. But yo, of course, y'all finna hear these claps a lot of times, man. It's gonna be like a college clinic. You're gonna get these claps a lot this episode. Yeah, first of all, of course, episode 200. We're in the 200s, baby. We took a long pause. Like a middle school classroom full of boys. This past year, of course, at the great hiatus, if you will. So that kind of slowed down the progress, matriculation, if you will, to the 200. But we here now. We are here. Yes, sir. Not only that, of course, very, very special guest. Some would say legendary. I say legendary. Infamous, famous, definitely a genius, definitely lyricist. Um, it just overall just he hip hop. He embodies hip hop, and even from his name to his status and everything he's done, I'm glad he reached out. Well, I reached out to him, and he hollered back, and here we are. Of course, the legendary Four Eyes will be in the building. Will be in the building. So man, we this is going to be action packed episode. So feel free, if you're watching the live joint, leave comments if you got questions. You may want to ask me now. You got questions for Four Eyes, hit me up now, and I can ask him during the interview. Don't wait till doing the interview, because then not for the impromptu just ask him some weird ass question that you just shot at me. But I'll focus on my own questions that I got. So don't do that. You better hit me up. And if you got my number or messenger, hit me up there so I can put in a word or two. I'm just saying. Today's the time. This is when you do it. This episode 200. But yo, what else we got, man? Also too, man. 4 Hours definitely will be plugging his new project, Frame Lloyd, which he just put out at the end of last year. So we're gonna be talking about that amongst other things, and I'm going to see how long I can go into the interview without speaking about certain people. It seemed like every interview that will come up under his name will speak about another person. And I'm just like, can I get away with that? I mean, eventually I will, but can I get away with not doing that? We're gonna try. I can't, you know what? Those in podcast land can't see, but there's this piece of hair in the microphone that bugs me out because it looks like a bug. It really looks like it was a cockroach. Like looking back at me, I'm like, yo, I know it wasn't a cockroach, but it looked like a cockroach and it was bugging me out. But I just removed it. Shouts out to my mother. Mom's in the building. Thank you guys for coming over to YouTube land. I think Facebook is just hating. So those who are looking for the live, if you were looking for the live, you'll listen to the recorded version. I went live on Facebook, but Facebook has been a whole hater. So just look for the YouTube, man. I try to shoot some memos out, but it is what it is. So yeah, Mom, begging me out. Shouts out to my mom. Yo, this wasn't even on the docket, but I gotta talk about it. So my mom has been posting clips of videos from my childhood. Shouts out to my mom for doing that. And anybody who knows me know I am shaking the table. I am a nostalgia junkie, but it's a different beast when it's your own like memories and time. And so to zoom back to that time to see visuals that I would never see again, it will be impossible. Not just because of time and space, but like those areas just don't exist anymore. So to see those images, man, was just kind of crazy in a good way. But yeah, she's been posting like a lot of stuff. My great grandfather's house, the house we lived in before my parents split, which is essentially like the first part of my childhood, essentially. And man, we were tall. Yo, we had to be some tall kids, man, because we were towering over all that furniture, bro. That was one thing. Like, I was up late last night thinking about that. Like, we towered over all the furniture in the house at like 8 years old. And so like, yo, how did my parents have a mini house? Like, did I not know? Because eventually didn't grow up in the house. Like, what I would have, like, if we would have stayed there, and I would have became like 15, or I went back at 15, when I would have came in and felt like Alice in Wonderland, like, yo, all of this is small stuff now. Like, yo, we were taller than everything, yo. It was crazy. Yo, Barbara said, I just trying to figure out how I can rhyme with bro. Good question. Good question on Bravo. I will ask how you can reach out, get a verse from my man's. That is a good point. My mom said, you're welcome. Yeah, Mom, thank you for the videos. Knows coming up to my great-grandfather's 15th anniversary of his passing. I know that may sound weird to some people, but yeah, I grew up with my great-grandfather. Not technically, not like he was a jit, not some Benjamin Button. But like, that was the grandfather I had on my mom's side, technically. So, but yeah, he passed away 15 years ago on the 25th. So, which I want to say is the day before his wedding anniversary to my great grandmother. I know these things because I'm my mother's child. My wife said that's why it's important to document as much as you can, photos and videos, time capsule. Yes, true indeed. And I'm trying to do the best I can with my daughter. Let's see. Let me find out. Oh, you know what I gotta do? I gotta teach y'all how to do things. That's out to my father-in-law, Mr. John, in the building. Give him props. You doing all right, Mr. John? Yeah. Yeah. John P. John P in the building, man. I told y'all, I appreciate him being gracious enough to allow me to, take this hour, sometimes hour and a half, to record this. And he holds it down, man. You know what? I didn't even put Kobe up. So Kobe gonna come up in here at the fool at one point, and it's gonna be a problem. Oh, I wouldn't do that in this episode. I want to say hello. My mom said hello. She said, Brother John, Mr. John. The funny joke is, it's my daughter Mackenzie. She's 6. She's 6, but it's funny because when she come over and she see Mr. John, who is her step grandfather, she calls him Uncle John. And it's just the funniest thing. It's just funny because it's just a 6-year-old trying to remember things. Speaking of the memories that my mom posted the videos where my cousin Tiffany, my mom asked my cousin Tiffany when was her birthday, and Tiffany gave this infamous response, September to June. I was like, wait, what? What the world is that? What is September to June? Anyway, man, it was memories, man. It's very important and very thankful. Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna get into it, man. We're gonna get into it. Again, 200 episode. Like I said, my man Bobby J dropped a new project, Radio Days. So y'all make sure to check that out. Thank you, Mr. John. I appreciate you. Also, man, shout out to my little bro. I'm trying to say his name right. Even though that's a whole inside joke. Avu. I know. That wasn't even a strong attempt, my boy. I don't even know what's avec l'amour. Okay, avec l'amour. How about that? Is that better? No, it wasn't. Okay, my man avec l'amour had his another showcase at the Bark. Everything with Love Show Volume 6. Mom said thank you. Congratulations to the 200 episode. Thank you, Mama. Appreciate it. Baton Rouge. Got my man Ian J in the building. We in here, baby. But yeah, man. Had the Everything Was Love showcase featuring One Will, Le, Le, Child. What is this? La Flanique, LAFLQME. Was that a typo? Oh, yo, I'm not laughing at your name, bro. I'm just laughing at my confusion, okay? Because I'm probably gonna want him on the podcast. If it's who I think it is, he gave a pretty dope performance. He had some good music. So yeah. Anyway, Bobby Blaze. Shouts out to Bobby Blaze and the Beast Mode Boys. They was definitely in the building. My man DJ didn't kill him. Yo, I don't think he liked it, but I'm saying it again. Yo, DJ did kill him, man. Could go. He could be what do they call it? What do they call it? Twin doping ganger. That's that wrong. So Avec. I know you're talking smack. Yo, DJ then killing could be a doping ganger for Mr. Marcus. And it doesn't help that he wears the same type of cap too. Dog, I am not no cap. I am not joking. Yo, and my man got buff. Shouts out to him and the Beast. Shouts out to the Beast, you know what I'm saying, getting buff out there hitting the gym. You know what I'm saying, putting 200-300 on their back. They got keys to the gym. You know what I'm saying? Meet me somewhere. Give me an address. But man, yo, I was like low key, squint your eyes, man, look like Mr. Marcus, bro. My brother said, bro, he does look like Mr. Marcus. Dog, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. I think I told him. He kind of gave me the side eye, like, man, don't be saying this. I'm like, bro, I'm just saying. You don't got buff. You got a little scruggly beard with the cap. Bro. Yo, let me stop though. I want that man. He probably want to get in trouble with his wife. You know what I'm saying? You talking about you look like Mr. Marcus? Because if I see it, I mean they see it. It's gonna be a problem. But anyway, everything with love. It was all love showing up, man. Shouts out to everybody that was there. I forget your name, play my mind, not my heart. But I know it was thorough. Bro, I was out there, Beast Mode Boys. My man Jimmy. Who else? Of course, One Will, you know what I'm saying, did his thing. Shouts out to the newly married Sierra Alexandra with her husband Scott and his bro. Say them boys on the podcast. Y'all boys holler at me. So we can talk about some things. But plus I just need some more white people on my podcast. Need to lighten up the podcast, lighten up the Freedom Train Radio around here, huh? Well, you kicked off Freedom Train Radio talking that way. But anyway, man, it was dope vibes, man. Also, too, man, shouts out to Mama Somerville. You know what I'm saying? Just so graceful, handling things for her son, holding it down. Of course, I understand that. You know what I'm saying? Because my mom's in here holding it down for me at my advanced age. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nothing like a mother's love, man. So, no, big up to Avec Lemieux and his showcases, man. And yeah, keep it going. Keep it going for Tally. We ain't got all day. Now, speaking of love, now I gotta go in the opposite wave. And yeah, yo, just let y'all know the Facebook may be hating. I'm on Facebook, but it's just not showing up. So just come over to YouTube and take a seat. This is where it's at. Got some bad news. Fortunately, this past week or so, over past week, Tallahassee lost a literal princess. Princess Koka, aka Aurora. I think her last name was Tolliver. was unfortunately a victim of gun violence in Seminole County. I think it was 8 days ago, and not sure, but I believe I know they had a balloon release. I think this past weekend. They may have had her memorial today. I'm not absolutely sure. But yeah, man, she was doing a thing. I think she was doing like promo. I didn't know her personally, uh, but I'd be remiss not to speak on this event or her memory, just because when the word got out, timeline was flooded. So, and she seemed like very sweet girl, energetic, just doing her thing. Woman rather, even though she definitely was younger than me, way younger. Y'all see this gray. My wife said, "Yeah, service was today," and yo, it's one thing when you got these rappers being a victim, and not to say that that's not bad. That's bad, but when the violence spills over to people that not perpetrating, not out here trying to be gangster, not out here trying to be whatever, just trying to enjoy themselves, enjoy life. You know what I'm saying? Just, I'm my mother's child. I went through her page just to scoop out, who she was in her life, what her life was about. And, girl was taking trips, just out here, getting money, being sociable on social media. You know what I'm saying? Like she was supposed to be. And I can tell, like, I see why, she got the love that she got, because it looked like she was the type to give it. You know what I mean? Like she was really just like a joyous spirit from what I can see. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, again, for me, it's another situation of, well, she wasn't a nobody, but you ain't somebody till somebody kill you. Shouts out to Biggie. But like Bravo said, man, it's whack. She was loved by a lot of people. And it's just stupid, man. It's just stupid. Like my wife said, it's senseless violence. And for what? Like, to rob? Because, there was rumor that people thought that they were either they was affiliated with Jack Boy, or they thought Jack Boy was in the van. So they pulled up. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Just been reading up on things, but she should still be here. She should still be here. And I don't have the answers to why. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. We get guns off the street. We try to pour more into, young men and women at an early age, so they don't think that this is acceptable. Just move different. I don't know. All we can do is look at what is and what was. You know what I'm saying? And so positive energy, peace and blessings to her family, her friends, and everybody affected, man. And again, just can we stop? Can not even to stop the violence? Can we appreciate life? And not just yours, but I mean, no, matter of fact, no, appreciate yours. Because clearly, if you are willing to take someone's life who's not even coming after you, that's not offending you, that's not doing anything to you, you don't appreciate your own life. So, like, let's appreciate life, like, and cherish it, because clearly, there's a lack of that. And it doesn't matter where you go. It doesn't matter, what weapon you use or may have. At the end of the day, if you don't appreciate life, these type of things are going to continue to happen. And yeah, we just that gotta change, man. That has to change. It makes no sense at all for her not to be here. So not gonna dwell too much on it. But man, yeah, I just again, God, just bless her family. That's all I can say. Um, So I'll actually, you know what I'm saying, switch it up just a little bit. Not gonna get to what I want to get to just yet. But I will say this, man. I found something interesting on the internet, and I don't think it has gotten enough attention. I know speaking of rappers and speaking of, all the negative spin that rappers and the rap industry gets, there is some good, and I think that needs to be pointed out. So apparently, Jay-Z and Yo Gotti, and no, I don't have any I don't have any jokes about him and Reverend Run daughter. But no, there's a picture going like he finally got her, and they at the the Grizzly game, and she looking happy. She looking happy as all out, and he looking like, yeah, this me. This wasn't. I did all this yelling for Angela for like 5 years, and now I got her, and yeah, I'm straight. But now you trapped because you've been chasing it anyway. Besides that, but no. On the serious note, Jay-Z and Yo Gotti apparently dropped the lawsuit they had against infamous Mississippi prison. Now, why is this good news? Well, some years ago, they actually brought a lawsuit because of the conditions in this prison. There were a number of deaths in the prison, like a very high number, more than the average. There was word of just horrible conditions, horrible food conditions, just everything. So, they went down there, put some lawyers on the case, and decided to sue the prison and sue the food service that serviced the prison. And after, I guess, so many years, about 2-3 years now, the conditions, because of that pressure, the conditions have improved to the point that now they can drop the lawsuit. Not only that, not only drop the lawsuit, they've also put money into getting lawyers to make sure that the conditions don't fall off now that a lawsuit isn't in place. So, again, now in other Jay-Z news, I guess you can say, we are coming up to the Super Bowl in about 3 weeks. Who will have Rihanna performing in the Super Bowl halftime, and most of that is thanks to Jay-Z and his affiliation with the NFL. And a lot of people have been critical about Jay-Z and his affiliation with NFL and how has that done anything. And just quick news about Rihanna. She's been nominated for an Oscar for her song off the Black Panther 2 soundtrack. Shouts out to her. But so a lot of people criticize Jay-Z about the NFL affiliation, and probably more can be done, of course. But bro, like he's doing things. I mean, maybe he can do more. You can criticize that, but bro, like that is substantial to go to this prison in Mississippi and basically put his money where his mouth is and improve the conditions for those prisoners, man. Because a lot of times those prisoners get forgotten because of the crimes they have committed, but they're still people at the end of the day. And I think that just shows a lot of humanity, just for hip hop itself, rap, and Jay-Z and Yo Gotti, man. So shouts out to them boys, man. You know what I mean? Now, speaking of humanity, humanity, man. So now I can come back around. So speaking of podcasts, man, I do this, and there's one podcast out there, Young Miami, who have apparently blown up the scene in the past year, so much so that she got nominated, won Podcast of the Year at the recent BET Hip Hop Awards. But she had her idol Trina, of all people, on the podcast, and a clip came out that she enjoys golden showers. All right, Mama, if you're listening, you may want to cover your ears. You don't want to hear this. If you don't know what a golden shower is, you know when you drink a lot of water and what happens when you do that? Imagine if you're intimate with somebody and you do that to them purposely, like intentionally, like not just, oops, my bad. I thought I had to do this. Thought something white was gonna come out, and something yellow came out. My bad. Nah, like you intentionally bring the golden. Um, anybody familiar with R. Kelly and the R. Kelly tape? And then the subsequential uh parody from Dave Chappelle a year later. Yeah, that she said she enjoys it. Like, not that she's done it and it happened, not that she experimented with it. She said she enjoys it. I should just do that. The gaps. Like, bro. Either say R. Kelly them, bro. Like, bro, like she said that's what get me. And a lot of people went and speculated or assumed that she meant or assumed that she does that with Diddy, since they're supposed to be quote air quotes dating or together or whatever the situation is. But and everybody was like, "Oh, it must be a rite of passage to be famous." Right, bro. Right. Um, but I mean, my thing is, again, first of all, she didn't say she did it with Puffy. She never said she did it with Puffy. Secondly, it wasn't like she was like, "Yeah, girl, I did that and it was all right." No, she said she enjoys it. She wants it. It is preferred. No. My wife said, "You better not ever." Baby, you don't know me then. You don't know me because there ain't no way. I'm trying to tell you, I don't do that. Nope. I know my favorite rapper made a whole joke about it. But nah, no. Never in my life. Oh, I don't know what excrements, especially like baby. I'm talking direct to my wife right now because she truly understands. You already got me taking these piss pills. Let me tell you about these piss pills, man. Look here. My wife got me taking these piss pills. And y'all hold up. And my wife got me taking these piss pills. And it's just, bro, I can't stand it. I'll be about to gag, bro. Like the pills literally the pills literally taste like piss, bro. And so ain't no way. Ain't no way I'm gonna piss on somebody. Ain't no way I'm gonna do none of that or want to be pissed on. I got a whole nother story, but I ain't finna do all that. But anyway, talking about their vitamins, all natural. That sounds like somebody wants you to like, look, baby girl, it's minerals right there. You know what I'm saying? It's protein. You know what I'm saying? Take that. No. You talking about in 20 years, I might want to keep it spicy. No, bro. Nah. I ain't gonna say too much, but we good. Like it's good enough to be spicy. I don't need the extras. I don't need the extra. But again, that would get me. Carisha, just really honestly, and what people say it. It's some things you just don't. You just go to the grave with. Just go to the grave. Carisha, Young Miami. We ain't need to know that. I'm pretty sure Trina did not want to know that at all. She was trying to play it off. Shouts out to Trina for being like, "Oh, girl, maybe I'll try it." Hell no, ain't nobody trying that, bruh. I'm about to say something horrible. Oh my god, let me get off here because I'm about to say something horrible, really, really horrible. But anyway, yeah, that's what we got. In other crazy people news before we get up out of here, Kanye apparently got married again. All of that. That's all I got. I don't know. You got married again. There you go. Gemini's. Anyway, we're gonna get to this next track, man, and then we're gonna come through with the guest of the hour. So y'all hold tight. Matter of fact, speaking of guest of the hour, here's a song he's featured on. Shouts out to my little sister, C Red. I'm gonna give y'all this God Willing, featuring none other than my man Four Eyes. And we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk to him. This is the Enigma Sept Hour podcast. You got time, baby.
God willing, we make a killing, but keep commandments. In a time where the truth is hidden, deceit is rampant. Pray for discernment to know the real ones from sycophantics. I'ma move like I know my mission, you keep your antics. I flow like minstrel, y'all show like minstrel, I walk by faith. To shine my light so they see my father and not my face. A torch before men, only real ones I'm endorsing. Now I'm morphine and the pain relief they need like high endorphins. Like an opiate, so be it. Less friends and associates, no weapons formed against us prosper, playing snakes like Nokias. From cotton pickers to cropping pictures. Cannabis dispensers, yet no plan to free locked up niggas unbothered. Still trying to be the one in chapter 31 in Proverbs. So I give it all to God, I tell him thanks and fix my posture. It was never about me. Sometimes I don't know what to say, but then my spirit leads me, so I know I'm just about peace. I've been grinding. Acting over, arguing, can't waste the lapse in time. Born with mad potential, and I pray I'm tapping mine. So I'm stepping out on faith, although they say get back in line. I've been grinding, matter undermined. Acting over, arguing, can't waste the lapse in time. Born with mad potential, and I pray I'm tapping mine. So I'm stepping out on faith, although they say get back in line.
Yeah, God willing, I'm blood spilling, a sacrificial murder in the name of the Lord. See, what had happened is you didn't think the angel of death would be a lyricist, snatching souls. They don't know how valuable spirit is. Here it is, God in the flesh, physical vehicle, merkable or macabre. My seven chakras agreeable with benevolent energy. Fortunate storytellers, illumination, my aura's aurora borealis. If it don't compel us to improve the quality, I'ma make them kiss my Converse and honor me. Probably sodomy. 4 eyes, get in that anus. The rap Anubis, Icanus major, your minor playlist, my firmament. Separate the waters from the waters in the studio recorders. Quantum leaping teleporters to another level or a different plane of reality. These psychic powers are hard to explain to my family.
I've been grinding.
All right, boom, boom, boom. We back. This is your boy Enigma September. This is the Enigma Sept Hour, episode 200 in the chamber, and we here with none other than the legendary ATL Ramen, originally from Chi-Town, Illinois. My man, Four Eyes.
Wagwan, let down with it.
Bruh, look here. Off top, bruh. C-Red, one of my favorite rappers. Off
Same.
top. She's rapped along with legends before and burnt them.
Mm-hmm.
So, for you to come through, not just come through for her, shouts out to you for that, but you to come through and still hold your own with her, in my eyes, in my little 2 eyes.
I mean, that's how I feel every time I jump on the track. I had somebody tell me not to outshine them too bad, and it's just like, what I look like doing a half-ass job. Like, no, you finna get the business. It's just what I do. But she is one of my favorite, like, dark horses. Like, she came out of nowhere, and I'm like, yo, her presence, her wordplay, her education, intelligence. She's a goon. She's like really phenomenal, and it's a pleasure to be on the song with her. I actually got her on the song on my album. It probably won't come out till the summertime, and ooh wee, I'm talking about, boy.
We already ready for it. We already ready for it.
I'm gonna make sure I shoot it to you first, my good man.
No doubt, no doubt. We appreciate that. We appreciate that. Nori claps.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, speaking of Lori, I may go ahead and just get on it. You know what I'm saying? Because
hey, I will be joining you. I gotta hydrate, so I'm on a water mission. But I will be right there with you.
Yeah. Both.
Right.
Both. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yo, shouts out to C Red, man. Like again, that's my little sister, man. She been killing it. I want to say in my eyes for the past, 10, I think it's been a decade, 2013. You know what I'm saying? She came through the crew at the radio station. Shouts out to WVFS, the Underground Railroad. And yeah, she has been blazing the trail since then. And you know what I'm saying, she jumped over to Houston, found the love of her life. Shouts out to my man Lawrence, you know what I mean?
Good brother, real good brother. Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. So yeah, man, I'm super proud of her. But again, man of the hour, my man Four Eyes. To those who don't know, I had to show proof. We briefly met back in 2015. Shouts out to my man Stess the MC, my man DJ A to the L. We went up to the A3C conference. It was my first time there, and so they kind of like showing me the ropes. And honestly, I'm not the type to how to say this, like jock celebrities, because I understand, like, yo, at the end of the day, yeah, you known, but you still a person. Like, I'm not finna act like you owe me anything or whatever. So I was like, yo, shy. I ain't trying to, take pictures or nothing. But my man Steph was like, nah, man, just do that, just because you want to document, that time, whatever. So really pushed me, you know what I'm saying, I'll let you go. I saw you, I'm like, oh snap, that's Four Eyes, whatever. And yeah, you pulled up, man. You was super cool. I think you was like working the kitchen for like, I don't know if it was like a charity.
What was it? We was at, I know exactly when it was. We was at Edgewood Pizza.
Yep.
I was doing a weekly Wednesday working class woosah. But at the same time, Sean Price, I think, had just passed away.
Right.
And they was having the event across the street. And the whole block was flooded because it was A3C, but they was having the event. I know Diamond D was on the block, J Live was on the block. I think Bone Crusher came through. It was a real dope. It was just a dope ass hump day. But I had on like a latex glove in the picture. That's why I was looking like, I was like, we got to be at the pizza shop, because I'm like, why am I walking around with a latex on? So I immediately knew where we was. So, man, you gotta, in the age and day of content and hip hop memorabilia, you gotta, step out of your comfort zone and collect. You gotta gather up that content because, it's just necessary. We've evolved so far. Like, people don't get autographs no more. They just need pictures. So, the picture alone, and then it time stamps it to where it's like I said, I could look at I ain't got no hair on my head. I got latex glove on. I could pinpoint when it was, and it just helps with the chronological timeline or catalog of one's life, man. So I'm glad you took the pick, man. I implore you to do it as much as humanly possible, actually.
No doubt, man. Again, shouts out to my man Stess the MC. He actually put the battery in my back, you know what I'm saying, to start reaching out, you know what I'm saying, to people that I really would think I wouldn't have a chance, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And so yeah, I think, what was it? I don't know, C-Red posted something, or I think I saw some post you came across, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna reach out. Let's see. And
yeah, it's the year anniversary of me and C-Red's joint, I think, since she released it. So like right after she put it out, I think that's when you reached out to me too. So God is good, man. I certainly appreciate you allowing me on your platform, man. I really appreciate it.
No doubt, man. I mean, and it's open for, you know what I'm saying, just that, man. Like you said, to what's the word? Like you said, to capture, you know what I'm saying, hip hop. And especially, like you said, because in that picture, you know what I'm saying, his beard was quite black. You know what I'm saying? Now it's really salt and pepper. And,
oh yeah.
Yeah, I started to realize like, yo, hip hop turned 50 this year. You know what I'm saying? So it's really important to get these stories that people typically, wouldn't get. You know what I'm saying? And so just out to my homegirl Daikiria, you know what I'm saying, my man Ashton Martin. They actually had them on the slate this week. But some things fell apart and they graciously decided to move on to next week episode. So shouts out to the fam, man. And yeah, like my man Bravo just said, 4 Eyes, a legend in the game. Now I know typically people come to you about a certain person, and we'll get into that later. Because I promised myself I won't mention that certain person until I'm gonna tell how much space I can get before I mention certain people.
Right. All Jesus, brother. I'm here for it.
But what I also discovered is that you actually had a project with what some would say a more prominent, more legendary artist. Your man MF Doom. You was on the project Food. And so I went and I was like, yo, I was like, for real? Like, what?
Yeah.
Let me check this out. Like, they playing. And so I peeped the song out, and it's called
Genesis.
Yeah, I want to say Genius so bad. That's the problem. I really want to
say.
Although my brain want to say Genius. But let me see. I'm trying to be
Genius is with Guinness. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
It's the same because I mean both you and MF Doom are geniuses. So anyway, so you got this track.
Oh boy. Left behind, mentally scarred for life. Love is war, and some chicks are just too hard to wife. I should have deaded it from Genesis instead of hitting it.
All right, so it's like boom, right? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm peeping that. I'm like, all right, cool. I was like, something sounds familiar. Why am I so big? Something about that sounds like mad familiar, right? And so I peeped it, and I'm like, yo, you know what? I didn't notice at the time, and we did it right. Matter of fact, it had to be a beat jack. I didn't even know it was a beat jack, but it was a beat jack. But it turns out,
you got the sample.
Me and my cousin used the same beat. I'm pretty sure it's a beat. I'm pretty sure it's a beat jack. I'm pretty sure it's y'all beat. But
that's wild.
And we took it and flipped it with an Erykah Badu sample. So I'm gonna run this real quick.
Stop. You doing this? Stop. Go cheap, nigga. I'm using that. I'm from the South, man. Ain't nobody changing that. Y'all know where that go change. Yeah.
Okay, now check it. The mix is horrible because we did that in an apartment.
Yeah, that's some of the best songs get done in the apartment. It's just that mix to be suffering. But no, that's definitely a beat jack. That's definitely a beat jack.
it tripped me. I'm like, yo, because I didn't know that was the beat jack. I thought like my cousin just found the beat somewhere. He took the Erykah Badu vocals and threw it on there, and we just flipped it. I was like, yo, that's what the beat came from? I was mind blown. I was mind blown. But regardless, shouts out again, working with legendary MF Doom. Like, how did that impact you then? And then now knowing, legendary status and unfortunately him not being here now, how does that affect you now?
Man, so it's wild because I met MF Doom through a mutual studio engineer friend who was actually MF Doom's tour DJ. He went overseas with Doom right when Doom got they wouldn't let him back into the United States. Wow. So my DJ homeboy came back, but Doom couldn't get back because there was something wrong with his passport, visa, whatever the case may have been. And he, from my understanding, I had never seen him again. He was living just overseas because he just couldn't get back to America. But when I first met him, shout out to Star. Star is the reason why I'm on that song. She has the relationship with Doom, and her name is Angelica on that song, but she goes by Really dope artist down here, female artist, and she
I think I
invited
follow.
me.
So yeah,
Yeah,
shouts out there.
she's super dope. She actually invited me to be a part of the record, and we worked on the hook concept. She did the verse. We went over Doom's crib, laid it, and the album didn't come out for like I want to say 2, maybe 3 years after I recorded that song. So I completely forgot about it, wasn't thinking about it, and then the album dropped, and I almost want to say I hadn't seen him since the album came out.
Wow.
Yeah, I want to say I hadn't seen him since the album got dropped. But I would see him all the time because he lived in Atlanta. We had multiple mutual friends, and he became more of a legend with each passing year. Like, think from 2002 to I think the album might have came out in 2004 or 5.
Right.
But then just everything after that, it was just, all the Cartoon Network stuff, the Danger Mouse Doom stuff. I mean, he was already doing the King Ghidra, and it was just so much that he was doing. Is an inspiration to let me know that it's just about the artistry and the craft, and then let people do what they're gonna do. He wasn't ever chasing a bunch of dumbness. He really wasn't trying to be the center of attention like that, which is, why the mask, or wanted to have an alter ego, so he could, escape from it. Because without the mask, he just walked around and folks didn't know Buddy like that. Like, you had to really, really know him to run up on him. But the mask is so iconic that, like, you couldn't put that on. That's like a Batman or Superman logo in the realm of, like, that is like what the W is to Wu-Tang. And it's just certain emblems that really stand out, and I've forever been inspired by just the opportunity and the time I spent working with him.
Yeah, man. I mean, even his passing, was in that same vein. You know what I'm saying? The fact that, I think he passed away that Halloween.
But they didn't announce it till New Year's Eve or something like that.
Right, exactly.
But,
you know what I'm saying? It was just fit right into that character of, lack of a better word, his Enigma.
Yeah, his mystique is legendary.
Exactly. So yeah, man, shouts out to MF Doom. Shouts out to you, just again being part of that legacy. Now also too, I had another question, because again, there's an artist I'm not gonna name yet, and another artist that actually did the reverse of you and the other guy, where get your boy that's like my man Ian J. He said, yeah, that's real. He said, no, that's real. So anyway, get my question out. So, people know that Kanye infamously is from Chicago, but was born in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? But you made the reverse transition from Chicago to Atlanta, which both cities are legendary, not just for the musical legacy, but in particular, their what they've done for hip hop. You know what I'm saying? From Common, Psychodrama, Twista, Crucial Conflict, The Brat, coming out of Chicago, to nameless rappers coming out of Atlanta. How was that transition from you, what I'm saying, coming from the Chi and then coming out to Atlanta and making your mark in that market?
Well, shirt tails. I always say, since you call it reverse, it was my exodus from the north to the south, like the reverse slavery, escaping off the plantation and going north. I was escaping and going south because it was just more freedom. It was more opportunity. And it was more of a melting pot. Like, I grew up on, I say East Coast for lack of a better term. I mean, I love all music, but I'm forever going to be a Wu-Tang, Tribe Called Quest, Gangstar, Mobb Deep. I mean, Big Daddy Kane, KRS-One, Rakim. I could just keep going. But then Outkast, Goody Mob, and I had a friend in radio in Atlanta at the time who, he the one that first put me up on Goody Mob. He said, hey man, it's this song. They say, who's that peeking through my window? Pow! Nobody now. He said, be on the lookout. And I always remember But Chicago, when I decided to leave based on my time or visiting Atlanta, I just saw more of outlets. I mean, having a person in radio, but then just even like it was almost virtually impossible to find a studio on the west side of Chicago. As to where when I came down to Atlanta, everybody had an MP hooked up to a mic in their closet. It was like a studio almost every other block when I moved to Atlanta. Everybody had a studio or was doing entrepreneurialism, working on their music. And it wasn't so much of that in Chicago. We didn't have, you know, Atlanta had 97.5, which was a hip hop station, a major broadcast hip hop station. You know, in Chicago, we had, you know, WHBK, but it's like, you know, it wasn't a big station. It wasn't 24/7. So I really appreciated the true musical hip hop outlet when I came to Atlanta. And honestly, I started with the East Coast because I would walk around with fatigue pants on. I would have goggles. I would have all the typical, you know, New York boot camp clique-esque accessories. And everybody would be like, yo, is you from New York? I said, no, I'm from here. But Twister, Crucial Conflict, Do or Die, that's the west side of Chicago.
Okay.
The south side is Common, Kanye, No ID. So the soulful hip hop as opposed to the
kind of like
rap or
the flow.
Right. And I was more I had to always go on the south side of Chicago to really feel at home. But I lived on the west side. But when I went to Atlanta, you know, it's a melting pot. Everybody from colleges, different jobs, different transplants. So you're getting people from everywhere. So it was almost easier to fit in and just be me as opposed to trying to assimilate to a west side or a south side situation. So I absolutely love Chicago. I just wanted to spread my wings. I had never been nowhere. And Atlanta, because of my connection in radio, I said, you know what? If I at least make a good song, my homeboy working for the radio might play it.
Right.
Let me go invest in that. And I set my journey off 700 miles south, and here I am.
Man, and shouts out to Chicago. I've never been to Chicago, but I've had a roommate from Chicago. Shouts out my man Carl and my man Gabe, and also too I got a homie, actually one of C Red's main collaborators, beat wise, my man Backpack Beats. He's up there in Chicago with his wife and his newborn son. So I was at love for Chicago. And even with like Kanye, he always reminded me of my best friend. So just kind of that whole tie-in. So I gotta make it up there one day. Now, one city I absolutely love is Atlanta. And I know how it is. I know people like, yo, don't move up here. It's full. You don't have no worries.
I mean, just McDonald's. Why be a McDonald's, a Burger King, a Wendy's, a Crystal's, all on the same corner? Because all of those enterprises or organizations know that that's a popping corner. They don't say, oh, well, it's already burgers down there. They say, no, we're going to set up too because we believe in our product. So as long as you believe in your product, man, follow your heart. Follow your heart.
Yeah, no, it's just, matter of fact, it's not even like, especially at this point, you know what I'm saying? It's not even like the music tip. I just love Atlanta. Like when I was up there in 2015, like that's what it done on me because I used to, like, I don't want to move to Atlanta, man. I'm moving to Charlotte. I'm going to move to Savannah or something like that. Man, when I was up there, I was like, you know what? I love this damn city, man.
And quiet as kept, I need to get back to Charlotte. I ain't been to Charlotte in so long, but their hip hop scene is incredible. From my outside observations. And yeah, man, as long as you go to Chicago in the spring or the summer, you're good. But I definitely feel you on Atlanta as far as, you know, just the different energies. It's a, you know, melting pot of cultures, just the nightlife, black-owned businesses, you know, just stretching infinitely throughout the metropolitan area. It's just, I felt home when I came here. You could tell when you go to the airport. Anytime you get off at the airport in Atlanta, you immediately know, like, yo, where am I at right now?
Right.
So
right.
I got off the plane in Arizona one time. I was like, Jesus.
First of all, ain't no trees out there. I did.
Well, trees help. Trees definitely help.
Yeah. But no, I do with the Phoenix in 06, and that was the first thing. I'm like, man, ain't no but rocks and dirt. What is this, dog? Like, nah, I need trees, bro. I'm from North Florida. Like, that's damn near Georgia anyway. I need trees. I need some squirrels and vegetation. Phoenix is but
I agree.
Speaking of, I'm gonna go ahead and do it because
Run it.
Down from Atlanta.
Come on.
You had the homie in radio, who at the time, those who don't know, went by the name Chris Lover, and went ahead
Chris Lover,
doing this thing or whatever. And eventually y'all linked up. They had been linked up for a minute because you guys had a group together, right? What's the name of it?
Loudmouth Hooligans.
Loudmouth Hooligans. I thought I had it committed to memory. I didn't.
It's quite all right. I would not hold that against you at all.
Appreciate it. So you guys doing your thing with Loudmouth Hooligans, which eventually did that eventually play into the creation of Disturbing the Peace?
I would probably say so. Disturbing the Peace is, and for those who don't know, Chris Love is Ludacris. Disturbing the Peace was a brainchild of Chris. That was something that he knew to do with the opportunities that presented himself from learning the music business and being in Atlanta and working for the radio. So he's constantly meeting, producers, DJs, other artists, and, getting the insight on what it's going to take to bring out a project, which he did independently. Sold like 30,000 units independently before he signed his Def Jam label deal. But I met Luda in 5th grade on the west side of Chicago playing Little League Baseball. We grew up together, technically. We got down.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we started rapping. Like, he wrote one rap when he was 9, and then we started rapping freshman year of high school. And from there, it was just a constant growing, constant honing of skills, craft, and talent. And Chris has always been extremely intelligent, super smart, very hardworking, dedicated, consistent, and those are the traits that makes it to where he is as successful as he is today. Like that, how you look at somebody in the yearbook and be like, what they gonna be? Like, he is exactly what was predicted of him based on the amazing person that he's always been. But so Chris the one that told me about Goody Mob, because he's, an intern at the radio. He's the one telling me about this, that, and the third. And I go visit, and he's, doing parties with Cash Money at the Atrium and renting Stretch Lambo, or no, the Stretch Hummer truck, the Stretch Volkswagen Beetle. All this like 99, 2000. So, it was just the same way you came to Atlanta in 2015 and you was like blown away. I was extremely spoiled and blew away. We cutting all the lines. We getting right into the club. We had the best spot VIP. A bunch of stuff is complimentary. It's just, I was really spoiled when I came down here. So I fell in love with it automatically, instantly. Like I was like, yo, this is where I need to be. But ultimately, the goal was to come to Atlanta, make a hot song. Maybe my homeboy would play it. Within a year of me moving to Atlanta, he did his own independent album, released it through Southern Music Distribution. 3 months go by, he's in label negotiations with like Def Jam, Elektra, and some other label. Def Jam ended up winning out. The song that we did for his independent album managed to make it on the major label album, because certain songs got cut, but mine didn't. So that ended up being my first real big breakthrough into the music industry off the strength of my guy, off the strength of Luda. So it was just, and it's a plethora, it's a roller coaster after that. But
That's what I wanted to ask, bro, because I had my man DJ CERN, he down here in Tallahassee, and he was T-Pain's DJ when T-Pain blew up. And he was just telling me, like, it went from, they doing their thing around the city, whatever, regionally, and then once Akon or Blue, whoever came through and got everything started, he was like, it was just a whirlwind after that. It just everything just went at the speed of light. Was that the same situation when Ludacris finally signed the paper? It was just like just everything just started going at the speed of light?
Yes. Yes, it did. I remember. Okay, so he had already, did the independent album. So when he signs with Def Jam and brings out the major, they, cut off 2 songs, maybe added 3. So it wasn't a whole bunch of work that needed to be done to finish that project. But then he immediately went to work working on his sophomore album. And I remember I had laid a verse, because I'm on the second album too.
Right.
The album was about to come out like tomorrow type shit. And they was like, yeah, we need you to sign off on the album. I was like, so we just getting around to the paperwork now?
Right.
Like, all right, cool. So then it was a testament of how fast things was moving and how fast folks was going. Right. And then when things get lost in the shuffle or, certain things get overlooked, I understood it because of the speed in which things was happening. Like Chris, 3 days older than me, but yeah, he's a multimillionaire at 22.
Right.
With a label deal. So the responsibility, the discipline, and everything that comes with managing money, managing a team, and then still being creative, I tip my hat to that man forever. Like he is an amazing person, and I learned a lot from him.
No doubt. No, I appreciate that. Also, you say he's 3 days older than you, so does that mean you're a September baby?
We virgins in this bitch, man. We all Virgos out young.
Dory claps.
I was wondering. I was like, okay. I see that. I see that. That September and that thing. I was like, you might be gang banging like I'll be gang banging.
Ain't gonna front. I gotta do the little comedian. Hold up. I'm at the bottom of the map.
I don't care. 21st, what? 22nd, what?
27. I'm down there with T.I. and Wayne.
Oh, gotcha. All right.
Yeah. But of course, we still got tendencies, so I still relate.
Very, very true. I'm with that. And then, you mad cuspy. You mad cuspy out here. Yeah. On the cusp. And when you're on the cusp, you could adopt qualities, traits, characteristics, and attributes of both astrological signs. So you all good with me, brother. You all good with me.
That's the thing about it. Like, the way I got the name is my rhyme partner, like I said, we made the song. We was in the group called Flamilia, and he went by Raven October because we both Libras. He was one of October, I was one in September. So he went by Raven October. I go by Enigma September, and that's how I even got the name, was to show that difference. And of course, I always said, like, October Libras always tend to be more moody, as opposed to September Libras seem to be more kind of outgoing. And I just attribute that to some of that Virgo kind of falling, you know what I'm saying, in that section or whatever. So yeah, I'm 2 days behind T.I., which is, I look at my life and be like, well, that $30 million I didn't get.
Hey, man, that you didn't get yet.
Claim it. You claiming it.
Yeah, man. The only thing we got to change is our perception and the way we think. And the world, life, everything will change around us. All you got to do is change the way you look at something.
Word. And I definitely, for me, motto this year is everything is up. We up 2023. So And I've been claiming that off top before we even came into the year. And at this point, it really seems like it's working. So I'm definitely with you when it comes out to put the affirmations in the atmosphere. And, you know what I'm saying? You put it out there, it's going to come back to you. So definitely with that. My man, EJ said, he said you mad cuspy. I'm using that.
Oh, that's all yours, buddy. Going right ahead. As much I would use a good idea in a heartbeat because I know a good idea when I hear one, and I don't shy away from that at all. So yeah, going right ahead. Mi casa es su casa.
No doubt. So that's my man EJ. Yo, we're gonna go ahead, man. Speaking of, we're going to go ahead and move forward. You know what I'm saying? We've been stuck in 99, 2000, 2001. I want to go ahead and move forward to 2023. You know what I'm saying? Get into this new project, Frame Lord, that's available now. So we're going to give y'all 2 pieces, you know what I'm saying, from the project. Of course, those in YouTube land, y'all going to get a piece of the songs, but those in podcast land, you want to get the whole tracks. So if you want to get the whole tracks, go and reach out for that. Go and reach out for the audio pod. So right now we got verse of the day from the beat produced by my man Jay Black, and then we got the verse from my man 4 Eyes, both available on his new project Frame Lord. So y'all sit back, pay attention. This is the Enigma Sept Hour podcast. You got time, baby.
This is hip hop. This is what we should be sounding like. This
I started from scratch like the DJ for Eric in Paris making dollars. With 400 years of Uncle Ben's and ancient mama's racial problems. Cornerstone, break the columns and the pillars of this nation's foundation. Shake the bottom to the top when they question if we ever could or not. Organize every mom and pop in the hood instead of talking about what a slave woulda, shoulda got spending outside the community. Be really good to stop on the block. Grab a softer than the jello pudding pop. Blowing kush a lot. Flow dirty as a crooked cop. Drinking hot. Flint, Michigan water. Mental disorder. Kinda sorta slaughter. General's daughter sent to the border of Sicario. When I spit them bars and you barrio, my Super Mario cardio fucking up the party though. Blue whale breath control. Tecmo Bo Jackson when I flex the goal. Extra swole with that tunnel vision. Searching, trying to find a feeling. Leave a face. I'm jumping high, flying around, human. More than willing. When I'm able, every line around $1 million profit. Watch the stock option, trying to buy the building. From rich generational wealth. Bracing yourself for that impact in case it was felt. Making a belt from an asteroid. I'm a superstar. I do the broad crew with all American rejects that move along, who perform after the guard. Master for raw, word is born, closed caption is strong, rapping and fall from that hip hop to the hippie. Wonder is he really that busy? Ain't no Milli Vanilli with ghost writers, we ghostbusters. My flow luscious, so real I make her hop out and get the Duchess, put them on the crutches. In the cypher I cripple people, make a movie called I'll Beat Your Pussy Ass, the sequel.
We.
as we proceed.
I'm eating pussy all night, Friday into Saturday. 4 Eyes, I glide on the track like a manta ray. That away, I turn to eat the cake anime. Captain America character with Thor's hammer play. Had to say something, so pardon the interruption. I start to kill him for nothing when God is in the discussion. Godzilla eruption, spit it with great purpose. On the mic, I'm nicer than chicken fillet workers. I missed the delayed service, so now it's church on the move. Faith is the substance that my verse show improve in the flesh. Like a cyborg, the mic cord is umbilical, more conservative than the vice lord. Twice more is charismatic. There you have it, how we carry talent. Every Sabbath we share the magic like a non-profit at Hogwarts with all sorts of rhymes flyer than airplanes in the concourse. Beyond force, centrifugal, play a pivotal game, 6 syllable, underground and digital. Freaks of the industry, plenty perverts to sneak by. Put it in my face, I'm holding a booty cheeks high. All in that ass, my third eye got pink eye. Writing rhymes, I memorize it before the ink dry. Think not how I rhyme a lot, ain't no time to stop. Like a bull in the China shop versus a Dinobot. I wreck shit, I'm busting the way the gun blows. Put the MF Doom mask with the Humpty Hump nose.
I said the booty don't lie. I said the booty don't lie. This is the Enigma Sept Hour podcast. And what you just heard was Verse Today 177 Freestyle with the beat produced by Jay Black and Freak of the Industry verse by none other than the legendary Four Eyes that we got in the building right now. Again, just dropped the project Frame Lord just a few weeks ago. What has the reception been so far since you dropped the project?
It's been pretty good. I need to shoot some more videos. I'm actually finna edit one and post it for tomorrow. But it's just mixtape. I'm rapping over, industry beats. A lot of the verses are from Instagram or social media posts that I've made, and then there's some unreleased, never heard stuff on there before. The album is only $1. It's on my Bandcamp. I don't really rock with the streaming services. The breakdown is real Rapington. A lot of Rapington going on with these streaming percentages. So with this project in particular, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to put it out on my music page. So it's on Bandcamp. Still need to upload some stuff to YouTube. And, when you rap over other people's beats, stuff get flagged. So I was like, you know what, I'll just throw this out. It's like 19 tracks. It's $1. Four Eyes Bandcamp. And yeah, it's just me doing a whole bunch of good lyrical exercises. And the reception's been good. It was really just a prelude. I'm about to drop this Valentine's Day album called Look at My ISIS. So yeah, it's like the whole album is just a love inspired album. I'm not singing, but it's like my love below, basically. It's just Black love. I'm celebrating Black love. So I'm gonna drop that on Valentine's Day, and this is just like a little appetizer. Yep, there you go. Jesus with the glasses on, Frame Lord. Or the image that they said is Jesus. Like nobody really knows what Jesus looks like. He definitely don't look like that.
That's
but I thought it was. It's actually me being comical. I thought it was quite humorous. So instead of trying to take a Black person who ain't got the same market of press that the Caucasian Jesus had, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna use this Caucasian Jesus. It just psychologically, it's just it's psychologically it's more entertaining, and I like to have fun when I do music. So you can tell from my costumes when I do my verses, or different hats that I wear. I'm always switching glasses, which is Frame Lord. But then at the same time, too, you gotta be able to laugh at yourself. You gotta be able to poke fun, and just not take everything so seriously. So Frame Lord, nothing but good lyricism, good hip hop. And that's I didn't really drop nothing last year, so I'm about to have a field day this year. 2023, I'm about to go ham in your hemoglobin. And it's going to be nothing but good championship, golden era, boom bap, classic hip hop that I'm following my heart.
We here for. And actually, speaking of that, that was one of the questions I had as far as following your heart, because you've been doing this thing for going on 30 years now, and you can. I've seen a couple of episodes where you said there was some burnout at some point, but how do you keep yourself inspired? So how you keep your heart into it to continue to push it some 3 decades later? I stumped him, yo. Oh snap! I did a JC.
I just wanted to update my answer to see if it was any different, because I remember somebody asked me that question before, and I was burnt out when they asked me. So I was like, I lied for an answer just to talk myself to speak it into existence.
Right.
But currently it's more of I'm not trying to please anybody but myself. Before with labels and certain expectations, or what is it? Comparison is the thief of joy. So then when you always start comparing yourself to other artists or somebody else, like, oh, why do they got this? But nobody everybody walks different paths. Everybody got different shoes to walk in. Everybody's journey is their own journey. So to be envious or jealous of somebody else's journey is asinine. It's not beneficial for the longevity of somebody's for the psychology or even the consciousness, because what you think and how you feel ultimately becomes a part of your reality. So God, the Most High, most of all, Almighty Supreme Creator of the universe that exists within inside of me, makes it to where being burnt out is not an option. You know, you could take a break, you know, you could fall, but you don't stay down. You get back up.
Right.
So there is no burnout. It's like, oh, I might have slipped, I might have stumbled, you know, I might even take a play off, but you know, I took the play off because like I just sprained my ankle type shit. It's not like I'm taking a play off because I'm not working hard or not doing this service. It's like, man, folks got, you know, you get hurt, you got to heal. But ultimately, it's a certain things that, you know, you don't go without. And hip hop is one of them things for me. So I'm always gonna put my best foot forward. I'm always gonna stay. Like the romance of creating music has always been a thing for me. So I don't know how to.
Not good.
Yeah. It's almost like I'm a heterosexual. So I'm never not gonna be a heterosexual.
Right.
So I do heterosexual things.
Right.
I don't get burned out on heterosexuality.
I told my man, he was like, "Oh no, y'all may want to do something spicy." Me and my wife, y'all may want to do something spicy 10 years from now. I'm like, nah, it's good enough. I'm straight. You just
hey, I mean, you know, yeah, she got you know, and then you spice it up. Birthday is Valentine's Day, whatever. But at the same time, you get your principles, you get your boundaries, and you just stick to them. And I'm not out here trying to make the next hottest club record for this, that, and the third anymore. I'm just making music that I like. Like when you was just playing the songs, I was listening to them like I'd never heard them before. And a good line is gonna be a good line. I don't care if I said it or not. And I'm just like, man, that's all in that ass. My third eye got pink eye. Like it's certain things that I look to say that no one's ever said before. If somebody else said it, then you know, I didn't say it because I heard them say it. I said it because great minds think alike, and the collective consciousness shares thoughts with everybody on this plane. So you know, the same way you can remote view and read somebody's mind, or astral project, two MCs could tap in on the same idea without having heard each other say it.
Right.
So yeah, man.
You the first one that did that, and yeah, I ain't gonna front. Like we was vibing, and I think you know what I'm saying. That one line like hit me. I'm like, oh shit. Like
yeah, man. Like, and that's where education comes into play. I was like, whoa, so Dookie chips in your eye gives you pink eye? I had no idea. Let me write that down. And not only for my safety, but I also want to, you know, educate, inform others.
So make sure you guys that's cleaned out thoroughly, and you ain't gotta worry about me. I ain't doing that no time soon. So it's like Yo Miami. Freaks of the industry. We found out to yesterday. She said she like golden showers. Like, nah, Shawty. Nah.
And see, when I first started rapping freshman year of high school, I was at a party and I was screaming and I had lost my voice. And when we was walking to the crib, I was rapping the lyrics from that Digital Underground Freaks of the Industry record.
Right.
And one of my homeboys was like, yo, you sound really good. Have you ever thought about rapping? And I was like, yeah, I thought about it, but you know, ain't really did it. And he was like, oh, well, my mama worked for Ebony and Jet magazine, so I think we should start a group. So me, Ludacris, and this dude right here, that is our first group. That's the Loudmouth Hooligans.
Wow. That's dope, bro. That's
Thank
dope.
you, man.
Dang.
Yeah, man.
Again, capturing hip hop history off top here on the Enigma Sept Hour podcast, man. That's what we here for. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead, man, wrap this thing up. Again, I appreciate you and all the time and energy and positive vibes and just your presence, bro. You know what I mean? Because I'm pretty sure you recognize it. I know you get people come to you, you know what I'm saying, here and there telling you that you're a legend, that they love your music, right? If they heard you on a Ludacris tape or if they've been following you for what you've been doing recently, the past few years or whatnot. But regardless, man, I just want to give you your flowers, let you know that, yo, matter of fact, you're not even just dope, bro, but the fact that your humility, the fact that, knowing your presence and your essence, but still being able to recognize those that may not have whatever prestige or whatever, like to still show love, man. That's what it is. That's what it is, man. It's nothing but love on my end for you, you know what I'm saying, looking out, man, for real, for real.
Man, mad respect. Thank you, brother. Thank you very much, man. And it's a lot of stuff in this world that can make a person bitter if they're not conscious or aware, and they don't choose to be on the right side of just greatness. So never wanted to be bitter, never wanted to be upset, and if it's one thing I give to everybody, it's the same thing that I want for myself, which is why I give it to everybody. I give them the room to be who they are and do what they want to do. So nobody never got to do nothing just because I want them to do it or because I think they should do it. Everybody has the right to pick, choose, and decide how they want to live their life and move, just in general, move throughout life. And it's I'm just in a really peaceful place as far as acceptance of myself and then holding dear my values. And I really appreciate you for the flowers, just for, the opportunity to express myself on the platform. And I look forward to coming back when I drop the Valentine's Day project.
We wide open, bro. We got you. Just let me know. I'm gonna be tuned in anyway. So, those who out there in YouTube land, you look down below, got all my man contact information down there. So y'all make sure hit them follow buttons, hit them subscribe buttons if you haven't already. Podcast land, the information will be in the podcast description. So y'all make sure to do that. And yeah, I was so waiting for something bad to happen and it didn't. So thank God, thank the universe for for looking out.
Hey, man, when you pray, believe as if what you have prayed for has already come to fruition, manifested, and is now physically tangible in your reality. And on my mama forehead, it will be.
Word. With that, man, with that nugget, we out of here. 4 hours. I appreciate you. Everyone that tuned in, my mama, my wife, my cousin, my man, Ian J, Bravo, Ashton Martin, Daikiria, any and everybody that tuned in. If you didn't make a comment, whatever, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Shouts out to Freedom Train Radio, my man Joe, my man Pat, Queen Shelby, Queen Candace. I see y'all, man. And we still building. So we're going to do this 2013. We up. This is the Enigma Sept Hour podcast. You got time, baby. Peace.